first step of the setup process is to define who can use your wishlist and how should Wishlist Button perform on your website. So to do this, we'll go to MC Wishlist Settings. From here you can see the General tab. The first box is for display settings. Here you can choose who is enabled to use the plugin and what they will see after clicking the wishlist button. Now, the first option is to define who is enabled to use wishlists. You can set it to all users, everyone can use your wishlist, or you can limit it to people who have logged in to your website. First, let's see how the default settings perform on our website. Here you can see every product has a wishlist button. Let me, from my account, I try to log out here, and now you can see I'm logged out of the website. But still, I can see the wishlist button on every product. This means every visitor on your website can use the wishlist plugin. Now, I want to set the item and limit it to logged in users. Save, and let's see how the wishlist button performs. Okay, let's refresh the website. And let me log out again and refresh. Then you should, you don't see any wishlist button on the products. This means just logged in users can use the plugin. Okay, I'm logging in again to see whether the wishlist button is activated or not. From here, yes. Now I can see the wishlist button, and this means the wishlist is enabled only for signed up users. Okay. Now let's go to the next setting. Here it says what happens after clicking button. It says choose what happens after user clicks the wishlist button. Here we have three options. The first one is to open the pop-up. The next is add to wishlist and do nothing else. And the last one is to add to wishlist and redirect to the wishlist page. Let me try the first option. Let's see how can the wishlist plugin perform. For example, I click on this one, although I don't like the color. Okay, you see a pop-up comes and it says added to wishlist. Well, I want to change the wishlist button performance and try the second item. Just add it to wishlist and do nothing more. Let me save the settings. Okay, let's see how the website acts. Refresh and choose a purse. Definitely not for myself. Okay, product added. You see a notification that shows the product is added to your wish list and nothing else happens. Now let's try the third option. Add and redirect to wishlist page. Okay, let's save again. Okay, now refresh the website and see how the wishlist button performs. I've clicked on this product. You see the product is added and I'm directed to the wishlist page. Okay, let's get back to the settings and let's enable wishlist for everyone, all users, and try other settings. You see, when I change the first item to all users, another setting comes up that says require login or register. Let me check what this is. If you want a comprehensive and accurate analytics section, make the login compulsory. Okay, let's try this. Try it on and see what happens. Save. So let's get back to the website and my account. First, let me log out of the website. Okay. Now see what happens if I click add to wish list. For example, I click this item. You see a pop-up that says you need to log into the website to use wishlist. Okay, let's get back to the settings, and I don't feel this option is necessary, so I turn it off. Let's see what other settings say. This item says remove after second click. What does it mean? Remove product from wishlist on second click. Let's leave it on and see what happens. Refresh the website, and for example, I want to remove this. Double click and see what happens. Okay, product removed. And this one, yes. This option says that if you double click on every product, it will automatically remove the product. And let's leave it on. I think it's useful. And the last item is show for out of stock. It says by activating this option, the add to wishlist button will be displayed in out of stock products. Let me see whether I have an out of stock product or not. I think this item is out of stock. Let me check. Yes. You see, this is out of stock, but still you can see the wishlist button on top of the product. If I click on the button, you will see that, yes. Let me turn it off and see what happens to out of stock products. Save settings and see what happens to your website. Okay, let's go to home and again let me check the same product. Now you don't see a wishlist button on the product. That means the settings performed correctly. Now I want to show you another amazing option that the MC Wishlist offers. Let's set this option to open the pop-up. Wow, you can see a whole new box appears that contains lots of settings for your pop-up. So, let's try these options. It says these settings only appear when you select the open the pop-up. So, let's see the first option. What does it say? Specify the position of the pop-up on the website. There are 5 modes and the middle is recommended. Okay. First, let's see what does it mean by middle. Let me refresh and see where does the pop-up shows. You can see this is the page and the pop-up appears right in the middle of the page. Okay, let's close this and try another position. I think This time I want to select down right, and let's see what happens. Refresh and click on this one is out of stock. Let me try this. Now you can see the pop-up comes in another position. So the 5 positions is here, here, this, and the middle. That the plugin says the middle is recommended, so I think let's leave it on the middle. Okay. The next item is pop-up size. See what does it say? Specify the size of the pop-up. There are 2 modes, small and large. I think we saw the large, so let's try the small pop-up and see how does it display. Again, I should refresh the website and see what is the changes. This product. Now you can see the image is gone and pop-up only contains 2 sentences and 2 buttons. Let me close. I think the large one is beautiful, and let's leave it on the large. The next item says use featured image for pop-up. Instead of the default image of the pop-up, you can see the product image on the pop-up box. Let's see what happens if we select featured image for the pop-up. This one actually is the beautiful product. Wow, it looks amazing. You can see the product image appears when you select the featured image. And let's try another one. Yes, I think I like this one. Now, let's see what other settings says. For now, let's turn the featured image off and use the next setting. Here you can add your favorite image to show on every pop-up. So I select add image. I want to upload an image that I've selected. This check. I think this is beautiful. Okay, insert into post. And let's save settings and see what happens to the pop-up. Refresh. And let's, wow, I selected every product on the website. So let's remove this and select it again. See what happens. Wow, this seems cool. Now I'm not sure which one looks better, but I think still I'm with the featured image. I think that one is more practical. Okay, let's set the other setting that says pop-up image size. You see you have 4 options here: thumbnail, medium, large, or manual. But there is something that I should mention. Let me show you on the media settings. You see WordPress has default scale for every image on the website. We have thumbnail, medium, and large, and each one has a defined size. So if we get back to the settings and select one of the image size options, to make sure, let's try the manual option and set it to, for example, 500 and see what happens. I believe no changes will happen, although we tried another settings. Yeah, you can see the same image, and let's leave the option to the medium size. That is the default setting, and I like to use the featured image, and looks good. Okay, let's go to the next item. Pop-up title. What does it mean? Select the title of the pop-up. No need to change, and you can use default text. I suppose it says what to show on the first line of the pop-up. I want to change it to like product added. I think this one is good. Yeah. And the next one is pop-up content. What does it mean? Select the content of the pop-up. No need to change. Okay, yes. This means what to show on the second sentence of the pop-up. Let's change this one to, for example, go to wishlist. To see your favorite items. Okay, this looks good. Let's save and see whether the sentences change or not. Let's add this product to my wish list and see. Yep, you can see the first sentence is product added, and the second sentence is what I've written on the settings. Okay, let's get back to the dashboard and try other options. Now we can customize the pop-up button. It says these settings are related to the pop-up button. Okay, let's try a different sentence for wishlist button. I think let's change the view my to go to wishlist. Okay. It looks better. And now we should define the color of the button. The background, I want to set the background color. For example, something maybe a little orange and a little darker, or I think this is good. Okay, let's set the hover color. The hover color should be different. I think we choose a brighter orange. This seems good. Okay, the text color on the orange, the black, shows perfectly, and the text hover on the brighter orange, maybe, I don't know. Black is good. Black is good for the second one. The radius is good, and the button is for wishlist. Okay, let's save and see what happens. Let's get back to the website and click the add to wishlist button. Now you can see the button color has changed, but really I'm not into it. So let's try a different color. Maybe this time a little brighter and the hover color darker. Okay. The text color, let's leave it to black. Okay, let's choose the color of the close button, and after that select the save. The close, I think black and white is the best option for close, but maybe a little gray. This seems good. The background hover, what do you think? I think this one is the darker and better. Okay, the text color black I think is good to be appeared on the gray, and on the hover I think the white shows better on the darker background. And close and save. Okay, let's see what happens. So add to wish list. Now you can see I think this is better, although it's not the best, but it will work. Okay, now let's try add a new button. I want to add a custom URL. I want to add a link that directs to the MC wishlist documentation. And let's paste the URL that I've copied on the clipboard and paste it. Okay, the color, I think let's try black and white for this one. White, black. The text color, let's try black and white. Okay, let's save it and see what happens after adding a new button on the pop-up. We have this item. You can see the new button, and if I click on it, it will direct you to the URL that I've set. So let's go to the last item and see. It refers to the pop-up box style. This means the total display of the pop-up box. The first one is the background color. The background color should be something a little bright, I think. This one looks good. The border color, based on my website theme, I think red is good. Let's see what happens on the border and the background color. Okay, you can see the border has changed to red, and this is the background color that I've selected. Now I want to change the radius. The radius refers the shape of the edges. Let's change the 8 to 20, I guess. Let's see what happens on the edges. So take a look at here. You can see the intersections have bigger radius, and I think this radius makes the whole display more friendly. We can do the same settings for previous buttons. For example, let's change this to 5. The next one, let's leave it to the same number, and the third one, let's try 10 pixels. Okay, let's see what happens. Remove the product and add it again. Now you can see the buttons have radius too. I think this looks good, and the total display of the pop-up seems nice. And I believe we have covered everything you need in the general tab of the settings, and we learned how to add sign up and login links to wishlist and change the default display of the pop-up button. If this video was helpful to you, please share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe us. Wish you a good day. See you later.